Hello everybody! How are we doing? We've got a lot of concurrent viewers. How's it going, everyone? Interestingly, it says on the YouTube screen I have 112 concurrent viewers, and then on the Streamlabs screen it says I have 98, so I'm not sure which figure is exactly correct there. Hello, can everyone hear me okay? Yep, everyone's saying hi, so I believe I haven't messed up the stream this time. I've done that a few too many times though, where I've completely messed up starting the stream, so my mic hasn't been on, or I didn't press go live and I've been chatting for 5 minutes without anybody knowing. I see there are a lot of people explaining the Bredy meme and just calling me Bredy. Hello. Yes, Bredy has returned. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've done any For All Kerbalkind. That's just been due to university, really. Yeah, believe it or not, a master's degree in aerospace engineering plus being a musician uses most of your time. Believe it or not. I know. It's hard to comprehend. And then I wanted to finish Beyond Kerbal, which I did yesterday. So now I'm free just to continue this For All Kerbalkind. We should, once the next episode comes out, be back to a fortnightly schedule, which is exciting. I want to finish To Boldly Go as well. I want this series to be the only series I'm juggling. One issue is I kind of brought on myself, as I just had far too many different series all ongoing, which is the reason why I wasn't able to really stay consistent with any of them. Right, so what we're going to do in this stream is we are going to expand the Baikonur Space Center. So let's simulate this.
I don't have any track.
Oh, someone donated. Hello, Paul Quantum Fire. Not going to be able to stay, but just wanted to say hi. Well, thank you very much for your donation, Paul. It's a shame you can't stay, but you can always watch the stream later. It will stay updated. Thank you very much for your generous support and the little pop-up there. Hello, lots of people saying hello. Greetings from across the pond, Comrade Beardy. An excellent finale for the series. Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, the Beyond Kerbal finale got quite well received, which is nice. But yeah, the reason why I'm launching a Soyuz is because I want a scale. Because we're going to be building a whole bunch of launch pads and bits and bobs. So let's get going. So we're in a simulation right now, but it doesn't mean that we can't still expand everything. So first things first, we need to add all the multiple different launch pads, because as you're probably aware, we do have 5 launch pads, but it just has this one shape-shifting launch pad. We want to change that, so we actually have 5 separate launch pads, and we launch from each of those. So that's what we are doing today. We also might expand Plesetsk if we have enough time. We'll see. Right. You finally returned from the gulag. Yeah, we're not actually launching this Soyuz. We're using it as a size scale, so I can scale some things. So let's create a new group. Here we go. And we shall call it not new group. Call it Baikonur. So it's just going to be a lot of, well, chatting to the chat and a whole load of... we want to use the world as the rotation reference. But yeah, chatting to you guys and a whole lot of Kerbal Konstructs today. And that's that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Save and close. Okay, so we've got our group, and that means now we can spawn some things in. So the first thing I want to do is actually sort out this space center here, because the fact is we have this massive vertical vehicle assembly building, and that's not really what the Soviets used. They had big horizontal ones. They assembled their rockets horizontally and then rolled them out and then tilted them upright. We also need to hide this shape-shifting launch pad because we're not using this anymore, and it doesn't really make much sense to have a launch pad this close to a vehicle assembly building. So the first thing we're going to do is find... We've got a bunch of different Kerbal Konstructs packs here. What's it called? I wrote it down. Horizontal Integration Facility. I feel like I've gone past it. It's going to be a lot of scrolling today. I apologize for that in advance. Aha! There we go. Okay. So, here we are. Now, as you can see, this is maybe the size of a Soyuz at most. Let's actually see. Is it actually the size of a Soyuz? If I just... Oh, that's the wrong way. I wanted to roll it. Nope, not 9, 0. There we go. Let's just roll this. So this is why I have the Soyuz here, so I can compare things and check that everything's the right size, you know? Yeah, that can fit a Soyuz inside. Okay, this is going to be a standard Soyuz assembly plant. But for this bit here, we want one that's big enough to build an N1 rocket. I might need to make it larger in future, but in the meantime, I think if I make this like 3 times the size... Whoa! Okay, that might be a bit much. Is that big enough to build an N1 rocket? How much taller than the Soyuz is the M1? That's the question. I can actually look at my Lego models behind me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, like, comfortably, I'd say about twice. Actually, about twice. That's twice the height. Let me see. Let me Google it, actually. How tall is a Soyuz? How tall is a Soyuz rocket? So I know the N1 is 105 meters tall. Yeah, it's 45.6. So it's just over double. So we don't need it 3 times as big. Just twice as big it should do. Okay, and that should be big enough to fit an N1 rocket inside. Okay. I forget when we did this, if I roll it back again. Sorry, it's going to be a lot of this today because I want to make sure that my space center actually makes sense. Unlike the stock space center, which doesn't really. Amazing mistake. Am I late? No. You're fine. We haven't really done much yet. Yeah, no, this is more than big enough for a Soyuz. Yeah. If we make this twice the size, that is definitely big enough for an M1. I think width-wise as well. Perfect. Okay, so this is where we're going to be constructing N1 rockets because we're actually getting pretty close to building those soon. We've only got a few more months until we unlock the engines, which is exciting. Okay, so the Soyuz is going to be poking out the top. I haven't enabled the colliders on this, but we just need to make sure that it covers the launch pad itself. Okay. That seems covered to me. Okay, right. I believe, actually, if I go to the group... No, it's not in that. Aha! Default grass preset. That's what we want. So we want the grass color to be... Can I take it so it doesn't highlight these when I select them? Because that's kind of irritating. Is there a button for that? No. But we can change the grass color. Anyway, so let's change this grass color. There we go. Is there a preset? Okay, here we go. So ice, sand. That doesn't seem quite right. I don't know how to actually edit it though. The Soyuz rocket doesn't seem to really like the fact that it's been buried inside of this actually. Okay, well we've got the scale now actually, so I might just leave this here, but I can end this simulation If I can remember how to do that. Goodness me, it's been a while. It's been a while. Is it this one? No. It's one of these buttons that there's. Oh yeah, it's this one. Aha! There we go. Revert to editor. We'll just launch a small little lander can or something, which we can move out of the way if we need to. Yeah, it did get the wiggles. If we need to relaunch a Soyuz, then we can. But we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff around the Space Center first before we do any of the launch pads. How are things going to launch? Well, they're going to launch from the new launch pads that we are going to build. Simples. There we go. Just launch a lander can. Perfect. Yeah, so people understandably like, well, if you put a giant thing over the launch pad, yeah, how are things actually going to launch? And the wonderful thing about Kerbal Konstructs is that you can build new launch pads and you can launch from them. And it doesn't affect, actually, it does work with, what's it called? The build time. The build time mod, whatever it is, and RP1 and Realism Overhaul, so that it doesn't affect you still rolling out to the pad and everything, but you just launch from a different location. And you can't have multiple things on the same launch pads, etc., but you are launching from an actual launch pad. So whereas having one shape-shifting pad was a bit weird, we're actually going to have multiple different launch pads, and that's where we're going to launch our different rockets from. So I'm quite excited. Look, it launched on top. That's cute. Okay, right, so we're going to put this over here. Okay, and then we're going to try and match the color. If we can't match the color, then, well, okay. That would be a shame. But, okay, how do I edit? Here we go. Pick surface color. What did that do? Did that do anything? Oh, no, that's not right. It doesn't look right at all, does it? Okay. Okay, is there a preset for this? We tried sand. That's grass. KC original. No, that doesn't work. Okay, we need to personally edit this color then. To what this is. Does anyone know how we can find out exactly what this color is? Because that would really speed things up. If we could find out exactly what color this base KSC is. Because I genuinely don't know. Regardless, in the meantime, the desert one was pretty close, so we'll set it to desert and then we'll just adjust it. And I'll keep a little eye on the chat and see if anyone has any better ideas. Okay, so we're thinking probably a little bit more red, right? Oh, there we go. Aha! Oh, here we go. We can just tweak these to be the same. Plus or minus any blue? That looks about right, actually. What do you think, guys? That's looking pretty good. Right, I don't know about you guys, but that looks pretty good to me. There's some grain to it as well. Yeah, I think the grain is the texture. I don't think these implement that. See, there's grain here, but this is just a plate for this to be mounted on. It seems that the KSC itself might actually be hovering in the air a little bit, which is a bit weird. Or maybe that's just an effect of this slope being at a different angle. Oh, that might be the case, actually. Yeah. Okay, that looks about right, though. I think I might have messed it up slightly. I think I had it right before, and then I changed it a little bit. Maybe a bit too much. Yeah, that's definitely right. Okay, that's good. Right, I want to save this. How do I save this preset? Can I save a preset? Apparently not. Okay, but I can write the colors down. So that's what I'm that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's write them down. So we got 0.956. I'm just gonna make it 9563. 0.845. I'm gonna go to too many decimal places. 0.636. Okay, that looks good. to me. Yeah, that's right. Okay, apply and close. Let's have a little look. So the grass preset, yeah, you got to set a preset. I don't know how we save a new preset though. Does anyone know how we do that? I'm having a little look over. Oh, N9's here. Hello. Are you using any Kerbal Konstructs add-ons? Yes, we're using a few. So we're using Cosmodrome with a K. We're using it's OSS, OSS NTR. It's someone's stock-alike structures. We're using KSC++, and we're using Tundra's Space Center. So we're using a few add-ons there just to add parts, but none of the stock buildings or anything. Just to give us statics we can use. Yeah, does anybody know how we can add a preset or not? Because, yeah, we don't seem to be able to save a preset. Oh, wait, we can apply the grass texture. Is that... Oh, no, yeah, that's already applied to it. Yes, yeah, oh, right, maybe I didn't apply it before. Ah, right, yeah, you guys are right. So now it's got the texture on it. And now it definitely doesn't look the right color. It's a bit too dark. But that might just be because that bit's in the sun. If I close this and I move this boyo this way a bit, and then close that. Yeah, that's close enough that you can't really notice, right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good enough. Yeah, I've applied the grass now. Okay, that makes more sense. Right, so we have our giant, our giant horizontal integration facility, which I think makes a lot more sense than having a launch pad that close. Now let's just shrink this down. So we want to make sure that it always eclipses the launch pad, but otherwise we can keep the flagpole, we can keep the water tower, that's fine. The fuel tank, that all works just fine and dandy. I'd like to move this over slightly so that it lines up with the tracks, but then again I'm probably going to be changing these tracks quite a bit. Yeah. This might be where the train comes in, because we have got a train. We're going to add a train. It's going to be cool. That would be cool, actually, if we had the train come here. We can always have this turn and go into there. Yeah, that works. That works, because we want this to make sure this covers the launch pad, no matter the size of the launch pad. Okay, we're going to save that. That is pretty good. That is our horizontal N1 rocket-sized integration facility. And just to get a sense of the scale, here's our little pod next to it. Yeah. That might need to be a bit bigger, actually, for an N1. It's definitely long enough, but... We'll see. We'll see. I can do that at a later date. Okay. So, now we've done that. Yeah, we're going to add ourselves a little track there. So, let's spawn new. We want... Here we go. OSS S2. We want crawlaways. So we want this to split left. Oh, this is an S1 crawlaway. We want an S2 crawlaway. Aha! That doesn't really work. Oh, we want a corner. That's what we want. Like that? Yeah, maybe that'll work. I think I'll set all the grass textures later. I'm just going to get it all working first. So we'll just build the center first. And then I'll go back and I'll change all of the bits and bobs. Okay, so we want this at 60 degrees. Okay. And voila, ladies and gentlemen, you can see what we're attempting to do here. So this might take a little while. That's why I wanted to have it on stream, really, so I could have a little chance to chat, I suppose. And oh, we might need to incline this a little bit to make sure it... Yeah. Or we might need to move that. Let's have a little look. So it's currently where the launch pad is. Oh, it's not in the middle of the launch pad though. We could definitely move it over a bit. Let's move it to like there. And also have it in the middle. And that'll line up a bit better. Okay, how low can we go? How low can you go? Can you go down low? Oh, we can go down pretty low. Oh, not that low. That was too low. Okay. Decent. Okay, yeah, that's better. That's better. That's the correct height. Okay. Back to the crawl away. Let's add this bad boy. So we want this to turn so we can like ship supplies, you know, from the train into this assembly building. Oh, and it lines up perfectly. That is gorgeous. Oh, and I messed it up. Okay. Backwards, forward. No, we don't want that. Ah, that's what we want. Ah, yeah. That's cool. It doesn't turn quite sharply enough. Actually, it'd be fine with a straight track. Yeah, that'll go in. That'll go into that. Okay. Save that one. Happy with that. Save all of these. Okay, let's add another crawl away corner. So you guys see what I'm trying to achieve here, right? So that's just starting to make a little bit more sense. So we've got like 2 vehicle assembly buildings, and then we're going to add more launch sites. Let's have a look at the chat. People are saying gorgeous, gorgeous. And why are people talking about road? Isn't that from Coming Home, the pack? Some people are asking me about the implied like meaning of some of the scenes in the Beyond Kerbal finale. So I'm just gonna. Here we go. I thought it was relatively self-explanatory, but if anyone does want anything explained, I'm happy to. More than happy to. But yeah, it wasn't a new star at the end. That was them going back to Kerbal, and Kerbin is too frazzled. Why did I do this instead of just doing this and duplicating this? Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. Okay, so we want this to then go this way. So it's 100. Let's do 240. I think we want this at. Yep, perfect. Yeah, they weren't going back to. Well, they weren't going to a new star. Sorry, yeah, and they were going back to Kerbal. Oh, that doesn't work. We need a straight piece, I think. And they weren't going back to Kerbin because it's literally slag, like in the Coming Home planet pack, which is set after Kerbin. We want a tiny little bit of crawl away. It's 2 crawl away, 52 meters. Is that the shortest one? Yeah, that is the shortest one. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so they went back to Solitude, and that space center showed was the same space center that was shown earlier. In when it had the shot of all the different spacecraft leaving Solitude over the space center. That was what it was implied. You're supposed to be able to, it's like a bit of continuity within the cinematic, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Right, is this poking out? No, it's not. Perfect. This will make this easier. Here we go. This is kind of satisfying. This is base building in KSP, you know. The fun that Kerbal Konstructs let you have. I'm surprised. Yeah, we didn't get Kerbal Konstructs until now for a variety of reasons. I mean, we didn't know that you could actually launch rockets from the pads. We didn't know it was compatible, which was a big, well, the main reason we didn't get it really. But yeah, also, I mean, this is going to take quite a bit of time, as you can probably tell from me absolutely failing to connect these. I think it's slightly at the wrong angle, actually. Oh, there we go. That's the right angle. That's better. It's sort of like clipping around. It changes in other dimensions when you move it. Oh, that's not helpful, is it? Aha! There we go. Now it's at the right height. Okay, perfect. Now if I move it that way. Ah, come on. Come on, we're almost there. Is it left and right we want? Yeah. Okay, we want to move it slightly more to the right. Let's do 96. So I think that's what we want. I don't know. Yeah. It's 96. Oh, we want 95.5. 0.4. 0.2. Is this going to work for us? I don't know. Seems to be jumping about quite a bit. There's only so much you can actually change things by. So this might not line up perfectly. I might have to like accept a certain level of things not quite fitting together when we assemble this space center. Okay, I think, yeah, because you can't go more than, yeah, you can't go more than one decimal place, I don't think. So I think if this lines up best, yeah, there we go. That's fine. That's close enough. For some reason moving it up also moves it. Why does it keep moving in other dimensions? That's really weird. It shouldn't be moving in other dimensions. But it is. What are you doing? Game? What? Okay, I think it'll have to be slightly in the ground. That looks fine though. I mean, as long as it looks okay at a distance, that's the main concern. It doesn't have to hold up to scrutiny absolutely flawlessly. That looks fine. That looks fine. As I said, like as long as it holds up at a distance, that's okay. I'm gonna save that. That's good enough. Like we're not really gonna be taking tours around it. Like you look at that at more than, yeah, and that looks great. And that actually connects up now. Because I'm so excited about it, actually, we're gonna add the train. We're gonna add the train now because I'm pumped about it. All right, where are you? I've forgotten exactly what it's called. It's either like railway or train or something. Crawl away, heliport. Railway. Yes! And it even has a train on it and a station. I'm thinking, yeah, I want it to go to this. I want this to be the terminal. This is where the resources are shipped in. Yeah, and then they're assembled here. This is the main assembly thing, and then they can also get like shipped around from there. But yeah, this is cool. Okay, we've got a choo-choo train, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is a massive static. Goodness gracious me. Okay, how do we want things to be offloaded from this train? It's a bit high up for now anyway. Let's lower it a little bit. There we go. It's hard to see what I'm doing because it automatically snaps the camera to the center of mass, and the center of mass is yonks away. I think we'll have another like crawl away thing go onto that, maybe. This is like our main assembly building sort of thing where things get, yeah, that makes sense. So I think actually if we have this more like that, so this is where our components get transported in. I think height wise that might be that should be fine. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, I'm going to save that. Let's go have a little look at it now that we're not snapped to a camera like a million miles away. Let's go have a look with our little pod. This has got its uses actually. Oh yeah, this Space Center is raised a little bit off the ground. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that though. That's the default one. It's just spawned slightly off the ground, which is a bit problematic. But it does mean that the train station needs to come up just a bit. Just a wee tad. So let's raise it up. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Okay. Maybe one more. That should be good. I mean, to be fair, I've only just noticed that this is hovering. That some of these buildings are hovering, I guess. Oh no, these ones are fine, I think. Yeah, the ones over here, it's just because the land isn't perfectly flat, I suppose. Yeah, but considering I've only just noticed that, I don't think anyone's going to notice that these don't line up perfectly. Look at that, we've got a train. That's what brings our rockets in from across the Soviet Union. Yeah, that looks good. I like that there. Okay, so then we're going to go to the other end of this this railway, because obviously we can't just have a railway ending in the middle of nowhere. So then, thankfully, they've included a little solution for that, which is a tunnel to put at the end of it. I think this is definitely the fastest way of moving this. I was going to try and use the arrows, but no. Okay. 270. That's the wrong way around. Aha! There we go. We have a railway tunnel, which we can have it go into. Now, this does just sort of end, but if we incline this, if we give it a little bit of pitch, that's the wrong way. Oh, this is the wrong axis. Okay. You'd think that this would be the pitch axis, but no, it's the roll axis I'm after. Aha! There we go. We can have it go underground. Sorted. I mean, it's not really... I don't know why you would have an underground tunnel here. But just don't question it. We learn not to question things in the Soviet Union. And there we go. We have a rail tunnel. Just to explain where the track goes. Okay, what's the shallowest angle we can have this at? Where it still doesn't like poke. Ah, okay. Uh, 0.6, 0.7. Okay, it has to be 0.5. Where's it 0.6? Yeah, we'll leave it like that. That's good. Okay, and I am happy with that. The railway line does go above the ground a little bit for a while, but that again doesn't matter. Like, it's all just what you see from the sky. When it's slightly above the ground, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have ourselves a railway tunnel. Beautiful. Yeah, that's coming along. Okay, so we've got our assembly building. We've got our railway, which is pretty cool. Underground rail transportation to hide where the resources are coming from actually makes sense. Actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't think the Soviet Union had the resources to dig tunnels across the entire Soviet Union to hide from spy planes, but you know what? Not a bad idea. Not a bad suggestion, guys. You may have compromised our orbital cameras, but we'll have Dinah take pictures of this soon. I'm sure you will, N9. I'm sure you will. Okay, I'm going to add another little bit of crawl away just to connect. What the hell? Oh, this is the train leaving! The train moves! What? I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, the train actually moves. Guys, what the actual... I mean, it's a little jittery when you get close. That's to be understand. Yeah, that's understandable. Oh, and the trucks move. Bro, the train actually moves back and forth. I wasn't prepared for that. Oh, that is so cool. That is amazing. I did not realize it did that. Okay, that's actually incredible. I love that. I actually love that. Amazing. Okay, anyway, we're gonna... Sorry, that absolutely freaked me out. I'm gonna have the train attached to it, like, we're having an F1 crawl away. So that this is like where the supplies come in, but also then we can like ship rocket parts, if that makes sense. So I think I want... Could this pass as a rail? No. No. We're just gonna have... Yeah, we're just gonna have S2 crawlaways connect this into this big rail system. I suppose this is what this is. Corner. Here we are. Okay, so we have a few of these. We're at 90. I'll set all these to the correct grass color later, but since I can't just load a preset, it's going to be a bit of a pain, so we're just going to do this. Okay, that looks alright. Yeah, so this is our way of loading, transferring supplies. Oh, actually. Oh, yeah. Now that makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? If it connected directly to the train tracks. I think because of real scale solar system, the Kerbal Construct stuff isn't as sensitive as you might like, just because the coordinate system is stretched out to the size of an entire planet. If that makes any sense. No, that doesn't work. Okay, we're going to have it like this. Beautiful. So right, so we can offload the stuff which comes in by train onto these. Where I assume another train would probably come pick it up. Yeah. Weird that these fuel tanks are sort of in the middle. But I don't see a better place to put this as a truck there. Yeah, that works. That works fine. Okay, I'll save that and then duplicate it. So it's the same height. And then we just need to rotate this. But I think it was another 60 degrees, I want to say. So 150. No, that's a bit too much. How much extra is it? Ish. To connect these up. There's about 120. Okay, that's fine. So it's 30 degrees at a time that these turn. Good to know. Is it using this surface as a height thing? That's what I'm wondering. Why it keeps jumping up and down. I'll check the group settings in a minute. I might need to set sea level as the reference. That might be what's messing this up, because the height, like the level underneath it, changes. Okay, minus 2.2. Nope, that's not right. Minus 2.0. Nope, minus 1.8. No, that's too high. 0.9. Yeah, we can't get these to be exactly the right height. Okay, you know what? Let's have a little look at the group. Sea level as reference. There we go. That's better. Right, that should hopefully fix that. Let's try this now. Minus 2.2. 0.4. 5. 8. Oh, that's okay. This is taking it down. Whoopsie. Nah, it's still not working. Can we lower this one to be level with it? Still above it. Why is that the case? It's just raising it up out of the ground. That's strange. These are like backwards to each other. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Is that the same height? Oh, yeah, it is. Perfect. Okay, yeah, we just had to edit that one after setting it to sea level, I think. That was the issue. Okay. This might take a little while. I thought just by duplicating that I could save having to level them and stuff, but when I move them, it changes everything, which is really very irritating. You know what? That's good enough. Actually, that looks pretty neat. It's got the little buckle in between them, but that's okay. They don't have to blend perfectly, I suppose. Yeah, it just looks like it's a... Yeah, whatever. I'm happy enough with that. I'll be here all day if I settle for... If I won't settle for that much. Okay, right. So it was 30, wasn't it? So this should be a 150. Aha! And we have officially turned a corner. Beautiful. Okay. God, that took a little while, didn't it? Who would have thought that just turning a corner would be quite so difficult? If you didn't simultaneously move it in other dimensions, I wouldn't be quite so frustrated here. But like while you're dragging it to move it, it shifts it in another direction at the same time. So you can't do one direction at a time because it keeps moving it about, which is very irritating. Okay, let's do a 2.2, 2.0, 1. Oh, that raises it up. 2.4, 6. There we go. We got another one of those little buckles, but actually that looks fine as a corner. Yeah. Okay, that took a little while. I feel like, yeah, assembling these like kind of corner-esque things is going to be one of the more difficult things for us to do. But I could always save this as a separate group and just copy paste that, which is tempting, I'm not going to lie. Right, we just want a tiny little bit of crawl away just to connect these two then. And this should be easy. We don't need to collect, just connecting straight lines. I should be able to do at least that much. This might need to come up a bit. A bit more than that. There we go. I think these all might have to come up a bit. Or we could put this at an incline. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Instead of having to raise this where it would look weird. Yeah, let's just roll this. It's never the the axis that I'm turning, is it? Okay, here we go. Let's lower that a little bit. That's a bit better. Point 1. 0.4. Oh no, it's 40.5. Let's try that. No, okay, that's as close as we're getting. That's fine. Okay, cool. I think this needs to be tilted a little bit more though. Pitch. There we go. Aha, that's looking a little better. We've got this little bit of grass here though, which doesn't quite work. Try 1.0. There we go, that covers it. But now we're covering the track. Not great. I feel like yeah, we're gonna have that issue. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Let's lower it so it's not bugging me anymore. Okay, so we've got a little bit of grass showing through there, but that doesn't really matter. This looks fine. Okay, let's move it to the right a bit. Oh no, we need to move it forward, I think, because it's not quite lining up with these tracks. And then it overlays these ones. But actually that looks fine. I'm not entirely sure how it gets onto these these tracks here. But I think I can... Here we go. I can do that. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I feel like I've been an idiot here. It doesn't quite line up, does it? I might have to move some of these. Okay, because if we had this like this, that goes at an angle, which means we could get rid of one of these and then have a straight line to it. Okay. I feel like this is probably more what we want to do, because this doesn't really work, does it? But this does. Okay. You know what? Okay, right. We're gonna rejig this a bit. I'm figuring a lot of this stuff out. Okay, I haven't actually done any of this stuff before, so apologies for being a bit of an idiot. Okay, right. So we want to get rid of not that one. Oh wow, is it literally just at that angle? We didn't need either of those corners. Oh my gosh. What have I done? I created such a perfect corner and I didn't even need it. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. Oh no. Why? Oh. I am such an idiot. Okay, well, okay, this looks a lot better, doesn't it? Cool. Let's drag this to the point where these will line up. It's about there. I really wish this wasn't quite so finicky to muck about with. Oh, someone's newted at me. Hello. Who's newting? Steak. When are you adding treads? Ah. God damn it. Should have seen that one coming. Of course, Steak wouldn't actually have anything useful to contribute. The whole snapping, the fact that it jumps up, you can't go like in between this height and the previous height, is very irritating. Still, that works nicely. There we go. Okay, cool. So we just need to add a straight little bit of crawl away. I think it might be an 84 meter jobby. 30. Oh, it was 60, wasn't it? 300. Aha! There we go. Or might we need a little bit more than that? Yeah, I'm going to need a bit more. Okay, that's fine. Let's do a 200 meter one. That should be more than long enough. Okay, 330. Or is it going to be too long, actually? No, I think it might just be exactly the right length. Perfect. I don't want to use even more of these pieces than I feel like I have to. But this is cool. This is very cool. Okay, I'm glad we've got now. You can see the logistics of how our rocket stages are delivered, which is sorely missing before. Okay, this is gonna have to be inclined as well. That means it's not gonna work. It's gonna stick up through the other one. So we will have to use shorter ones. Okay, we'll use an 84-meter one. Okay, yeah, after we do this, we're not doing any more of these bloody crawlerways. This is the last one. I'm really happy that we have a train line and everything. But yeah, I'll do the rest of these in my own time. We're doing launch pads after this because this is a bit of a nightmare. It's taking ages. So I'm sure you guys have probably had enough of me lining up crawlerways for a lifetime. There you go, it's nicely lined up. Okay, then we need to pitch it up a little bit. I think it's pitch. Yeah, it is. That seems about right. We raise that up. Yeah, that almost works. I mean, we'll have to move this a little bit to line it up properly, but that's fine. Okay, then let's just get a short bit, a 52, 300. Perfect. We had this pitched at 5.8, I believe. And voila. Sorry, I'm not talking a huge amount. I'm focusing on this damn thing and trying to get it all to work. You see, like I'm clicking and it keeps like snapping back into place. It's making things rather difficult for no good reason. Okay, well, okay, that's close. That's close enough that I can now move this one forward as much as it needs to go forward. It's about there. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm moving left to right, but it's moving the backwards forwards one. That's weird, isn't it? That's well weird. Really weird, actually. Okay. Right, okay. We got those. That needs to move a little bit backwards. That's fine, we can do that. Let's just move this one up a bit. That's too much up. I feel like Harry Potter. Up! Up with the broomstick. Strip on 2. Too much. There we go. And then 19. Okay, we lower this to 9.8. Ah, glorious. That's pretty much lined up. We just need to fix this bit and we're done. Wunderbar. Just a tiny little bit. I think it's the left right, isn't it? Yeah, but for some reason these controls control. Okay, it has to go. Has to increase slightly. So let's try 6. Oh, perfect. Not exactly lined up, but that is good enough for me. Yeah, baby! We've got a train station, and it actually goes onto these tracks. Not perfectly. To be fair, we could we could raise this up very slightly. There we go. Now look a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see how it actually gets on there. Okay, perfect. I'm happy with that. Look at that! We got a train! Where is the train now? Oh, the train's in the station. Oh, I'm not going to get over that. Let's have a little look at what I haven't been reading for. Oh, it's Carnasser in the chat as well. Howdy. Carnasser, when you joining his ESA? Carnasser is joining his ESA after we land on the moon. It should be any decade now. Bloody hell, it took me an hour to add a train station. Okay, right. I'm not going to add any more crawlerways. I'm going to add launch pads now because that's the fun bit. Okay, so let's have a little look at Baikonur. So we need a 20-ton pad, which is for our sounding rockets, which we do still have. We have a 60-ton pad that we launched the R8 rocket on, a 150-ton pad for the R12, then the Soyuz pad and the Proton pad. Okay, well, this is our big N1 / like big rocket pad. So I'm thinking we'll probably have our major, like, yeah, we'll have our small launch pads, I think, over here, this sort of area, and then we'll have the big ones here. I think we'll add like another VAB over here. This is our big one that we need to cover to cover up the original launch pad. But I'm thinking, okay, where should we have the Soyuz pad then? We could have an extra, like another, a smaller VAB for the Soyuz, and then that leads out to its pad, perhaps. So I want this to go out to a big N1 pad here, or like, yeah, we want it a bit further from the runway, don't we? So we probably want it like there. So I'm just gonna plonk the Soyuz pad somewhere, and then we'll figure it out because I know exactly what pad I'm using. It's part of the Cosmodrome set of statics. Here we go. I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked floodlight. I didn't want floodlight. I wanted launchpad. Aha! There we go. Now, I have a feeling this is a bit small. I think it needs to be twice the size for it to actually fit a Soyuz on it, but we'll test that later. Here we go. So, we actually have the flame trench now. So, we need to actually put this over here somewhere. So, if the M1 pads are going to go like there, probably reasonably far away, then we want the Soyuz pad probably like here. We want them quite far from each other. Yeah, that looks good. It's not too far from the rail line either if we do want to connect that up. Yeah, I just want to build a Soyuz pad, then we'll figure it out later. Okay, so here we go. Soyuz pad. Which means we don't need to have the clamps in the modular launch pad anymore. It's just a part of the static. Now you notice there are bits of this flying in the air. That's because this is meant to be part of a much bigger thing called the Cosmodrome Plateau. But it doesn't look very good. It's not the right color. So we're not using that. But we are using the pad. Ta-da! So it just means we need to blend it in a little bit. But we can do that. So I believe what I was looking at using is one of the OSS. I think it was just called blank something. Aha! Thick edge. We want a thin edged blank tile. That should work. And we just use a bunch of these, and we're going to carve this out. How high do these things go? Oh, not very high, actually. We might need a big hex thing to go on this, actually. Yeah, otherwise this is going to look a little bit weird. Okay, let's get a hex. Let's pick a hex, shall we? Most of the OSS stuff looks really cool, so that's what we're gonna go for. Let's have a little look through. Here we go. Okay, OSS. So we don't want an airfield. We want OSS. Large tiles. Plumbrook Research Facility. That seems a bit weird to have next to a a launch site, doesn't it? Payload Integration Complex. Ooh, now that could look good. Yeah. That would make sense to have next to it as well. So we've got Payload Integration Complex and we've got the Orbiter Processing Complex. Would you want the Payload one or the Orbiter one? This is the Orbiter one. And then this is the Payload one. Which one do we think looks better next to this? I think the Payload one. Yeah, Payload one for sure. That's what we're going to go with. I just need to delete the Orbiter. Okay. The heck is the SMARF module? That's a pretty cool thing, actually. Let me get to back to where I was. Where was I? Was it Payload? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so this is SMARF. It's like a smaller VAB. Which, to be fair, I might... I don't know if it makes sense to use for the Soyuz because they use horizontal, don't they? I might use this for like the R12 though. That's SMARF and this is SMAB. I think this looks... Yeah, these look pretty cool, don't they? Anyway. We said payload, didn't we? Yeah, Payload Integration Complex. Okay, we're going to go with this. And we'll see what we can do with this bad boy. Okay. How high can we get this before it starts levitating? Okay, this high. This static isn't... it's not quite big enough, is it? I think we might need a blank launch pad instead, actually. It's just not quite large enough. We need like a... Yeah, these are small hexes. Where's a large hex? Or is that just in the launch pads? It might just be launch pads. Okay, let's try... There are some big blank launch pads. 41? No. 14? No. 6? Ooh. That might work. Let's try this. We can always put some buildings on it. But we just need a big hex piece. Just to attach this to. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work a bit better, I think. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's rotate this bad boy. Then local instances, launchpad G. Okay. Doesn't need to be quite as high up as this, I suppose. Can bring that down a bit. There we are. We still need a place for these lightning rods, don't we? We need like a big plate. Anyone got any suggestions? Because this is going to be hovering. Otherwise. I have an idea, actually. There's one from KSC++, which adds... a giant grey plate. There we go. This should have the desired effect. Okay, let's try this. Big grey blob to the rescue. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. That's sorted us right out. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Right, launchpad G. I want you back to your full glory, height-wise. There we go. Okay, here we here we go. This is what we need, just to be able to mount these like lightning towers on something. That does block some of that though. You can always add a little thing that extends out from it to mount that on, as long as we've got the base thing. There we go. Okay, right. Now that's a little bit better. That's a bit better. Let's put it right in the middle. Then I've actually got some ideas. I've got some ideas for those. Okay, and then we wanted... We're not going to use pad 06. We are going to put that payload thing onto that car park now. So what was it called again? It was the Payload Integration Complex. That was it. Gorgeous. So we can now plonk this on top of that giant plate, along with a bunch of other statics. So we might need to put something smaller on here. Yep. Okay, we need something smaller. That's medium hex. We want small hex. Mini launch control center. That could be cool. Let's try that. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe. No, still too big. Still too big. I mean, we can get a couple of these plates, but no. We need... These are small hexes. We don't want small hexes. We want medium triangles. Small radome outpost. Transmitter. Cell mast. We don't need cell mast. Utility building. That's a bit tiny. A water tower. Yeah, a water tower works. Do they? I mean, do they even have a water tower at bike? Let me have a look. I've got some aerial views I can pull up. No, they just sort of got buildings nearby. Although to be fair, it's actually already looking uncannily close to what it should look like. They just have some buildings nearby. Yeah, you know, we can make it work. With like one of these small buildings. Let's find a building. Fuel depot outpost. Helipad outpost? No. None of these. Yeah, I think small radome outpost works, to be honest. A little radome thing. That looks decent. We'll go with that. You scale the big one to model. Oh, yeah, I could make the car park bigger. But I'm not sure I want to. I don't want it to be like absolutely monumental, you know. Just because we can't really sculpt the terrain, and we need this trench here. Anyway. Okay, even this is too... Yeah, okay, I think you guys are right. I think just make the car park bigger and then plonk the the good old payload integration complex on there, because this is the building that we wanted to have on there, isn't it? Oh, the train's going again. That makes me so happy. I can't even, words don't express how happy that train makes me. Okie doke. Right. Let's bring this on over. Howdly doodly. So we're going to want this to be not in the way of, yeah, like that. So the train stuff goes past it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, is it normal to have buildings this close to a rocket launch? Maybe. I'll have to go back a bit to like there. Then we'll have a crawl away go past. That's good. I like that. Okay, yeah, I think you guys are right. Just let's make this car park twice the size. There we go. That solves all our problems. Even world hunger has been solved by a car park. It's a really useful static to have, though. Okay, then we're going to have maybe two smaller ones either side. So let me just duplicate this. Then rotate it by 90. Cool. And then this is going to have to, this is going to be like the flame trench for the exhaust. Ah, why can't you just snap to the same height? Why is that so hard? God damn it. To be fair, this needs to be a little higher for the lightning rod anyway. So we need to raise up the other car park. Car park 0, here we go. You need to be lifted up a little bit. Wait, what's the height of the other one? 22.929. Can I just copy that and paste that to this one? Does that make them the same height? No, of course it doesn't. But that would make far too much sense. 22.8. No, 7, 6. Ah, we can't make them exactly the same height. Perfect. Of course. Why would I assume that I could? Silly me. Okay, I think that is fine. And that's, we're making our little flame trench. It's irritating, it does cover up some of that ramp there. Then again, what we could just do is move this. Yeah, because the ramp's getting obscured either way. I think we could move this in a little bit. Like so. And then just use this slope sort of as the ramp, if that makes any sense whatsoever. God, this camera is glitchy. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So you see we've sort of got our own we've got our own little thing. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. Let's duplicate that. I think we might need to make that car park twice the size. Oh, maybe it's because it's twice the size we couldn't get them to the same height. No, maybe not twice the size. Try and figure this out. Yeah, we just needed to go up to there, I think. So let's figure out, I think about 1.5 the scale. Oh, I just did 15. Whoopsie. Oh, you can only do scales of, you can only do integers. That's a pain. we do that, but that looks jankier. No. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're just going to have it back to this. Okay, we'll figure something out to make this look a little less janky, I suppose. I mean, it's weird. This is just a flame trench, so it doesn't actually need to be this long either. We can go move this in like so. As long as we have a flame diverter sort of thing, which is what we're sort of sculpting here, because that's something that our yeah, like a flame trench is something that our previous Soyuz launch sites were missing. I think it needs to be a bit longer than that. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Okay, let's duplicate this. And then have it go across to here. And then voila, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a flame trench. Yeah! Finally. That took long enough, didn't it? Okay. Right, is that symmetrical? It's close enough. There we go, guys. We've got ourselves a flame trench for our Soyuz. A giant concrete monstrosity. Wowzer. Let's go have a little look at that with our Kerbal, shall we? Hello. What have we here? Oh, this one isn't the same height. That's no good. Let's place you, and let's fix that. I didn't notice it was sticking up out of the ground. Just a little on the janky side. Um, 23, 22. Okay, let's try 22.5, 6, 7, 0.8, 0.9. 0.9 is too high. Okay. Of course, it can't be just exactly the same height as this one, because that would make far too much sense. How dare you even suggest such a thing? Why does it do that? It's really weird. So if I do that, it moves closer. Weird. We can't get that exactly right. I think this is just a quirk of using real scale solar system, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. It's fine. It's good enough. It's not interfering with the main one. So they're slightly different heights, but, you know, I'm sure it's going to annoy some people's OCD. So this lightning tower isn't the same height, weirdly enough. Strange. I know how big it could have been. Yeah, it's a very sweet looking flame trench right there. Yay! I'm glad some people like it. I'm very glad. I am going to spawn an extra thing. Actually, since we're using this as this doesn't need to be this high up anymore, does it? Because I put this at this height because, yeah, I want this to be at ground level. So I'm actually going to edit these and lower them down. Car park 1. Yeah, like, yeah, this is really high above the terrain. It doesn't need to be anymore because we've made our own flame trench. Okay, we can't go quite that far down. Yeah, that's going to look a little bit better, I think. 0.4. No, that's too much. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. So that these are at ground level, and then we can lower the big old car park as well to be the same level as them. Yeah, because otherwise it was a bit too high above the terrain, wasn't it? This is a big giant concrete monstrosity. 17.1, 17.6. Okay. That's fine. And then let's move the launch pad. Launch pad G. And this has got to come down so that the lightning things aren't floating. I really wish they didn't include these with the model of the launch pad. You'd have a lot more flexibility without them. There we go. We've got a decent looking flame trench. Not quite symmetrical. We can fix that in a minute. And we can bring this down as well. Yeah. Beautiful. There we go. We actually got them the same height as well. Oh, great. Awesome. Okay, that looks a lot better, I think. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so we've got ourselves a flame trench, and the launch pad isn't insane. Watch now as the launch pad is like the wrong scale as well for the Soyuz, but we can work that out at a later time. This isn't quite lined up though, which I do need to fix now. Wrong way. Okay, 0.4.6, and voila! That is pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm well happy with that. Okay, there we go. I can finally click off. I am actually, yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that. I think that looks great. We got a flame trench, guys. We got a flame trench! Yeah, we flipped the lander can apparently. Okay, whoopsie. My bad. Yeah, probably shouldn't be doing this stuff near the lander can. It's probably not the safest thing to do. I might blow up these Kerbals accidentally, but alas, that's the risk they took by existing. How dare they? What am I saying? Right. No, I am going to have this overlap here, I think. Oh, no, because then that goes there. Okay. I just don't want bits of this hex poking out there, but I think that works quite nicely as a place for that to go. Yes, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, we've actually got a Soyuz flame trench. Okay, what else are we going to put around our Soyuz? Obviously, we're going to connect it up to some kind of train station, probably, or like crawl away at least. Oh, I know what we were going to do. We were going to have another horizontal. I'll just search for it this time instead of scrolling for it. Here we go. We're going to have one of these, won't we? Because this was the right size for the Soyuz. Yeah. So we'll need another car park, but that's okay. We could always just double the size of this one again, but I'm not sure how many times I want to keep doubling that. Okay. Let's get this nicely lined up. Yeah, so that's where I think we'll want the rockets to be assembled, and then they'll be rolled to that launch pad just there. Let's adjust the height of this though. So it's the same height as that. And voila. Okay, great. So we'll connect these with crawlerways at some point. But right now, we just need something to... Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Let's put a few more things on here. Let's have a little look at Soyuz. Didn't you say it wouldn't make sense to put a VAB close to a launch pad? I mean, not to the massive launch pad that's going to launch N1s, but I believe the... I think the Soyuz isn't that far from its... Maybe I'm talking out my ass though. I may well be. Yeah. There are some... Yeah, okay. I'm looking at aerial views of it. There are some train lines, but the horizontal integration thing, it might be a little further away. But you know what? I think that's far enough for a Soyuz. I mean, a Soyuz isn't a massive launch vehicle, really. I was talking about N1, which is going to be ways away. I think, like, for the scale. Do you guys think we should put this a little further away, or is that fine? What are we thinking? Bit too close. Soviets use railways to move their rockets. Okay, yeah. So we'll put that a little further. A bit further away then. We'll put it, like, there. And then we'll have crawlerways go across. And what we can do actually is we can have the railways slowly increase, like go up the incline. Perhaps. Yeah, okay, so we'll have the vehicle assembly building be nearish to the railway line. And then we'll have we'll put a station here which goes to here. And then this is what feeds the Soyuz production line. What do we think? I think that's pretty good. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Okay, so that's where our Soyuz rockets get assembled. Let's just add some great big old crawlerways, shall we? I don't know if we want to use the S1 or S2s, actually. I think it might be an idea to use the S1s. Because, yeah, they look a bit more like train tracks. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get a couple of massive ones of these. So we've got a 416 meter one. We're going to build a couple of them. So these are just straight lines. Hopefully this shouldn't be too complicated. Fingers crossed. Okay. Let's line those up to the launch pad first, actually. Rather than building them this end. Because if we build them all and they're all misaligned, that would be very awkward. Okay, how long a train track do we want here? Wonder if we can probably get a more gentle incline if we have another car park. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get another car park here. And I'm going to create a long slope. So at the moment this is just really, really high up. Here we go. Car park. Okay, so we're going to use one of these. And we are going to first rotate it 90 degrees yaw. Then here we go. Pitch. .6. Okay, let's try 5.8, 9, 6.2. That's too much. 6.0. No, that's too little. Okay, let's try Forward, back. God, Kerbal Konstructs is buggy as hell. Okay, well, that's good enough. Let's just make sure this is in the middle. Ish. For our train tracks to go up it. Okay. There we go. That's a nicer curve for train tracks to go down. It's been 9 months since the last stream. Well, last for all Kerbalkind stream. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. As I said, it's been a long time just because I've been so busy with uni. But it's over the summer at the moment, so that's why I'm able to do a bit of work on it. I'm looking forward to doing this series again. I mean, I was going to have to do this anyway, and I knew this was going to take ages, so I thought I might as well do it while on stream, you know? Yeah, people were saying you could have the rail go straight into the assembly building. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, so it's going to go straight down this ramp. So let's have a look. I think a 208 is probably, yeah, the right size for this. So we've got rails bringing the Soyuz rocket to its launch pad now. And that actually works perfectly, pretty much. Yeah, wow. That did work perfectly. Gorgeous. Save that. Then we just need another one. Not quite as long. I guess an 84 one to go down here. Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? We just get a longer one because it can just go into the ground. We don't care. What angle did I put that car park at? 354. Okay. There we go. Railway tracks, ladies and gents. That doesn't work. Yeah, that looks alright. This is actually coming along. Look at this! This is cool, right? Just remember to take everything at your own pace. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing YouTube pretty much 7 days a week. It just took a long time to get that Kerbal, Beyond Kerbal finale done. But I really wanted to just finally get it done. You know, I felt like everyone who stuck with that series, as long as they did, really deserved a satisfying conclusion to that series. Yeah, but now that's gone, I feel like it's a weight off my shoulders. You know, I feel like I'm not juggling so many projects. I'm working on finishing To Boldly Go at the moment as well. That's only got a few more episodes left to record, and then I can just focus on For All Kerbalkind. And then like putting loads and loads of time into For All Kerbalkind, it's not really a pain because I love recording For All Kerbalkind. Like near the end, I stopped enjoying Beyond Kerbal, which is why it was such a pain to carry on with it, really, and why I needed like one monumental final effort to just make the finale and then be done with it. But yeah, it's not the same with For All Kerbalkind. Like I really enjoy this series. Why I'm putting all the time into you know, expanding the space center. Because I want it to just be the best series it can be. And I think this is fun. I think this looks kind of cool. There we go. We're getting better with our tracks now. Faster with them. I mean, the fact that we are doing a straight line probably helps. But, this looks good. Looks cool. We've got a raised platform. We've got the trench. This is looking great. I'm actually really happy. Okay, I'm quite chuffed with. I didn't expect the blast trench to look quite this cool. So I'm pretty happy that came out the way it did. I want this one's not quite in the right place. Is it backwards forwards? Yeah, it's the backwards forwards. Well, it's the left right actually. Wait, which way is this moving? Okay, let's try 96.8. 0.7, 0.6, 0.5. I don't think those are going to line up perfectly, but I think that looks a little bit nicer. Oh, it's moved down though. Maybe I should just leave it. I should just leave it as it is. Yeah, that looks better. With the height, I think it's better. We'll leave it like that. I'll stop messing with it. But I am going to see how this looks actually. If we do horizontal test pad, we can get some flames. This might look a bit redundant, but let's just see how it looks. Actually, I think that does add something. Though I'm not sure why there would be a building here. Can we conceal the building? Yes, but then... What do we think of that? I think that adds to it. I feel like that does add to it. We're going to change the grass to just... Can we make it just grey? Oh, okay. No, we're going to make the grass colour. Ugh. This isn't the editor we had before. For the grass colour. Oh, here we go. This is it. Okay, so we wanted... it was 0.9563. This one was 0.945. And this one was 0.636. So 945? Oh, it was 845, not 945. That's why it didn't look right. Aha! No, that's better. Yeah, I feel like that adds something. I'll let you guys be the judge. I feel like if some little flames and just the yeah, I think it adds a little something. Will the next episode release soon? Yeah, so it probably won't be this weekend, but it will almost certainly be the weekend after. I know we've been a bit bad with setting our own deadlines. That's why we usually don't set deadlines, but people are always like, when? Tell us when? And then we're like, okay, around this time. And then they're like, why isn't it released on this exact day that you said might release on? You know, it's why we're hesitant with saying exact dates, but it should be not this Sunday, but probably the Sunday afterwards. You'll get mine and N9's videos. That's the theory anyway. Is that roughly in the middle of this pad? It's hard to tell. Yeah, that's in the middle. I think that, yeah, I think the little bit of flame when it's not glitching with shadows. Oh, yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Can we change that? Can we raise it up a little bit, perhaps? I feel like bugs are gonna bug. Oh, that fixed it. There we go. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's worth having. I think that completes that flame trench. Have you vessel moved the R7 over for scale? I will do. I'll have to go back to the VAB and relaunch and stuff. So I'm going to finish this, but then I'll check that this is the right size. But this launch pad itself can get scaled up quite easily. It was the flame trench that all needed sorting. If we need to scale up that launch pad a little bit, that's no biggie. Right, what was I doing? Here we go. Right, let's duplicate this boy. And then... let's get out to this horizontal integration thing. And then we can put a train on it, actually. We can put a train on this track, which is pretty cool. Did I say so myself? Not that I made any of these statics, but you know. There we go, that's the same height now, I think. And 0, 1 to 0.5. 0.4. Yeah, it's close enough. Right, one more set of track. And voila, we'll have our Soyuz launch complex. Wow, this has taken a long time. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. And we've made our train. And we've made our launch complex for the Soyuz. We still need a Proton launch complex. It won't take long to do the 20 and 60 ton pad ones, I suppose. I was going to have the R12 launch complex stuff over here. But yeah, wowzer, this has taken a while. Me being a bit of a perfectionist, I suppose, probably hasn't helped with that. But yeah, I mean, I've shown you guys what I'm doing. But if I do this again, I don't imagine I'll stream this again. Is it worth having a 208 meter one, or would this? Could we blend this into the other track? If it's a bit too long. It'll blend into the other track, it's fine. Okay. I just don't want to have to use 2 more pieces of track when, you know, if I don't need to. Point 2, 0.5, 6, 7, 0.8, 0.9, 90.24. There we go, that works. And there we go. We have tracks heading into... Wow, we lined that up pretty well. Nice. The horizontal integration facility, where our wonderful Soyuz is constructed. Yeah, I think it looks better like that, actually. Let's just try, let's do that. Ah, that looks better. That is pretty great, I must say. Okay, where do we put the train? Because we can spawn a train, just a train on its own. Where do we put it? Do we put it at this end? I think like we want to be able to see it. Or does Soyuz use two separate trains, or is it one train that's mounted on? I think it's just the one train that the rocket itself is actually put on. I know there are other trains on the line. Like there are 3 tracks next to each other. We're not doing that. Maybe we'll have 2 trains. We'll have one this end and one the other end, and each on one of these things as like a track. That could work. Yeah, because 2 of these could fit on the same line together. So yeah, okay. We're gonna have one train near this end. How else are we able to spy on your critical launch system constructions? Okay. There we go. We've got a train at this end. And these ones don't move, but we just have a train. That's great. Oh my god, we've got a train. It shows how the Soyuz got there. And then we're going to add another train at the other end on the other track. So that one's on the right hand track. This one's going to be on the left hand track. Whether or not this makes any sense, I don't know. Probably only would be like one big train that would roll the Soyuz out. But I think, yeah, that's more than long enough to fit the Soyuz on, because we said this was the length of the Soyuz. Beautiful. Okay. This goes on this track. And we have a pair of trains. Hell yeah! This is actually looking like a Soviet launch site now. That's cool. That's real cool. What do you think, guys? People are saying one train. A train that goes in the direction of Siberia in the case of defective engineers. Incredible. I think it looks cooler with 2. I like the 2 train design. I think that's cool. Okay, let's add some small buildings. So I think small hex. A mini launch control center. Yeah. I think we will have a mini launch control center. Like there. So we can oversee the Soyuz launches. That works. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then what else could we have? A small research station, perhaps? I can't get a mini hex thing, and any more mini hexes on here, I don't think, without them sticking out the sides. So we'll have to use some triangle ones. So com dish. Do you want a com dish? A bit oversized, isn't it? Fuel depot. Yeah, let's put a fuel depot this side of the launch pad. Let's rotate this thing around 90 degrees. There we go. We can slot it together with the... I want to slot it in with the mission control, but it's going to poke out if we do that. We'll have it more like that. Doesn't perfectly line up, but I think that's okay. There you go. So have it line up with the lightning tower. That's nice. Oh, we could have just moved the mission control over, actually, couldn't we? Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, how far across can this go? It can go to there. Beautiful. And then if we just move the mission control over. Don't know why I didn't think of just doing that. There we are. There we go. Fuel depot, emission control. Hell yeah. I think these will look better together though, maybe a bit further back. Maybe more like there. Yeah, that'll work better, wouldn't it? Let's try this. Okay. I'm mucking about quite a bit here, but yeah, I want it all to look good. I'm really happy with this train line. Like, embarrassingly so. That, I think, is good enough as a fuel depot. Yeah, what do we think, guys? Choo choo. Front row view of a failure-proof vehicle, right? Yeah, sure. Okay. I don't think there's anything else in here that we want to put in, but we'll have a little look on the triangles. So we've got the fuel tanks, com dish, transmitter outpost. Yeah, I mean, we could have this somewhere. No, not really. Not on here. I think that's enough. That's enough for the actual launch site end of things. And I may move this over a bit. Which one was it? Payload integration complex. That's it. Let me move this. Oh, we can't move it that way. Whoopsie. I wish there was a control Z. Is there a control Z? There's no control Z. Okay. I didn't realize we couldn't move it any further that way. That's fine where it is then. Okay, right. I'm happy with this end of things. This is fine. The blast trench is all good. Do we want anything more this end? We've got the Payload Integration Center. I want like maybe a big thing. I don't know. Orbiter processing complex, perhaps? Just some like research centers, I think, attached to it. Just like one or two. Realism complex. Nah. Research complex. Yeah, that's good. We'll have one of these. Just a couple of other little hexes to attach to this. Yeah, okay, 320. Attach a little research center on. It's going to want to be at 270. Perfect. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. Okay, what else? Are you going to add runway like in real life for the car boys? We have a runway. I'm going to add some like runway hangers and bits and bobs. But the runway is another project. I'm just doing the launch pads today. I don't think I'll get more than. I'm going to try and do the Proton pad before we end tonight. But yeah, doing this flame trench was a bit more effort than I thought. I couldn't just sort of plonk things down. There were a bunch of different things I had to do. But yeah, so we've got. What did we just add? We just added a research complex, right? Yeah. Atlas VIF. Oh. Vertical Integration Facility, I assume that stands for. There's a Tier 4 launch control center. That's interesting. Okay, we added a research complex. These are all landing pads. Observatory station. No, we got that. Research station. We could add a research station. Gee, you know what? Actually, I think it's probably fine as is. Just the two of those. Soyuz isn't that massive, is it? A helipad makes sense. Nobody actually wants to live next to the launch site. I mean, it would make sense, I suppose. Helipad outpost. We could add that to it. Is there a larger one of those? Oh, we could add a giant transmitter mast. That doesn't seem like a bad idea at all. Sure, no planes will fly into that. Yeah, we'll do an orbiter processing complex because, yeah, I mean, we are attaching Soyuz things onto. Yeah, this makes sense. We'll have one of these. Which side do we want the? I suppose it makes sense to have it here. Yeah, okay, we'll have one of these. At 30 degrees. This is fine. Yeah. Perfect. As long as we just have some assorted buildings, I think that's all we really need, right? That's good. That's good. That, I believe, is a complete Soyuz launch center. Hell yes. We'll divert the train line or add some crawlerways at some point. We can probably just add a station onto the existing line, right? But that would add an extra train, which maybe wouldn't be a great idea. Which one actually added the train? Oh, railway, here we go. It's none, which I think is KSC++. Small hub, tower, hangars, hut, junction. What's this one? No, it's not a train junction. Large building. One of these would be nice, actually. Let's add a big, large building. Just add a building, I guess. This looks very distinctly Soviet as well. It's a giant, great big rectangle. Yeah, that's good. Let's have one of them. Is that in the ground? It's hard to see with the outline. Actually looks like the buildings that you find at Baikonur, which is interesting. Yeah, that looks like a distinctly Soviet building. Yeah, actually that adds something that needed. For sure. Okay, we added large building. Railway, tunnel, road. Road with moving cars. I don't think we need one of them. But they are cool. Nah. We've got small buildings. Tanks. I assume it's fuel tanks, not not anything else. Yeah, we could add some of these here. Might add something. Just adding a little bit of pizzazz to everything, you know? Some bits and bobs. Oh, you know what? Actually, these look much better here. I'm getting very easily distracted here, aren't I? That's a bit too close to the rocket, though. Yeah, it's way too close to the rocket. Ah, but here is better. By the integration center. Just to fill this bit of space, really. There we go, that's good. I like that. Okay, tanks, park truck, windsock, wires, long fence, low poly trees. Okay, we don't need any of those. Heliport, though. Oh, we could add a heliport to this area. You guys want a heliport? Let's add a heliport. Screw it. It makes sense, doesn't it? Everyone was saying add a heliport. So we'll add one. One heliport as ordered. Boom. Makes more sense than driving out here, doesn't it? Okay, that's looking great. Right, now I was looking for something else, but I've completely forgotten what I was doing because I was too busy looking at stuff. What was I doing? Oh, I was going to add like a terminal for the trains, wasn't I? But you know what? I think I'll just like run a whole like a line of the S2 crawlerways, like all the way along here, because I'll probably have I'm going to have the Proton launch pad along here as well. So this will just be where all the supplies come in, and yeah, we'll have crawlerways go all the way along there. That'll be fine. Yeah, be fine. Okay, let's do the Proton launch site now. So Proton is a little bit bigger, but we do have. Well, I don't know if this is going to be big enough for the Proton, well, Yakor launch vehicle, but we do have the actual launch pad, which is quite an iconic pad. Here we go with its more. Well, it's similarly iconic flame diverters, but we don't need a giant flame trench for it this time, which certainly makes our lives a little bit easier. So, do we think Proton, like... Well, I know we're going to have N1, like, over here. So, actually, it makes sense to have Proton a bit further away, wouldn't it? So, have Proton, like, down here. Past the end of the train tracks. Where are we thinking, guys? Proton also has the cool fuels that melt your lungs. Indeed. Yeah, people like the helicopter. Helicopters are cool. Launch a rocket 10 meters away from tanks filled with highly flammable liquids. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, you've got to fuel them somehow, haven't you? The whole rocket's full of highly flammable liquids. You've got to fuel them up. Need to have somewhere to store that on site. Yeah, I'm going to have Proton over here in this corner, but I'm going to have it rotated. It's going to be at an angle, but not an angle that's irritating. Let's have 45 degrees. So yeah, so then Proton's going to be all the way out here by its lonesome. I don't want it all to be too symmetrical, you know? Otherwise it just looks really dull. There we are. So the Proton will sit on that. I probably should spawn one just to check that this is actually the right size though. So I am going to quickly do that, I think. If I save the positions of everything, I'm going to spawn a Yakor just to make sure that's large enough. It looks large enough actually, launchpad wise. But it does not hurt to check. So I'm going to double check before I build anything else that everything that I've done here is all the correct scale. So let's relaunch a Soyuz first and check our work. If it's not the right size, I'll fix it later. But it would be nice to just double check that it actually fits onto the pad. None of these statics have colliders yet, so hopefully it won't explode when it spawns inside of the horizontal integration building. But just in case, we're just gonna turn those on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's grab ourselves a Soyuz. Grab Soyuz 1. Simulate. And we're just going to transport it over there. In future, we'll be able to spawn it just on the pad, but I want to spawn it on the original launch pad and move it over there and just double check that, yes, it does indeed actually fit onto the pad that we designed for it. And then, yeah, we're going to build the Proton pad, and then we'll probably call it a night. I'll probably just do the rest of this tomorrow by myself. It'll probably take an entire day to do Baikonur, and then I've got to do Plesetsk as well. Though Plesetsk doesn't have as many launch pads. It doesn't have a Soyuz pad either, so I don't have to do another flame diverter. Just need to do a 20 ton, a 60 ton, and a 150 ton. But those two are going to be quite simple. Look, it puts it on top of the building. That's fun. Look at that! We're launching from on top of a... Oh man, this looks cool. I'm so happy with all this. This is looking really great. It's like looking like a proper space center now. It's like spreading out and it's great. Okay, let's move this. It doesn't bring the launch clamps with us, which is a bit of a pain. But alas, we only need the rocket anyway because this has launch clamps on it. Oh, I think we got it just right. Oh, yeah. How do I shrink this? How do I lower it down? Not very quickly, apparently. That's the answer to that. Come on, go further down. Okay, I'm just going to place the rocket next to it. I don't want to drop it down the flame trench thing. Oh, actually, let's just see what happens. Maybe we can actually, like, maybe something can actually balance on this. Who knows? But I think we got this exactly right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Oh, this is so cool. I don't know what those red lines are. Oh, I think that's showing where it's going to touch the ground. I don't know. It's definitely not part of the pad, I don't think. Oh, yeah, I think it's showing where it's going to hit the ground. But look, you can see the train. You can see the construction. Oh my god, isn't this so much better of a launch thing, right? Like, this looks so much cooler than just being sat next to the VAB. This is a really cool shot, right? I mean, we're not going to have the launch clamps opening anymore when we launch it, but I think this looks great. I'm well happy with it. So I'm still freaking out. I'm freaking out about it. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. I don't know if this is actually going to go down the hole or if it's going to stop. Oh, it's going down the hole, I think. This won't happen when we use modular launch pads, obviously. But yeah, wow. Okay, so it's sinking into the flame into the flame trench. Well, bye-bye, Soyuz. It's getting eaten by the flame trench. Yeah, I mean, obviously the modular launch pad will have the corners there, and there, so it will mount it above, and so it'll be fine. Actually, I think because this is the arm that lifts it, and these are the crew arms. We could still have the arms that mount over the four corners, so we can still have the thing that opens when it launches. So actually, I think it's still going to work just fine. We just need to remove the big crew arms because those are already here. But we already retract those before launch anyway. So actually, this works really, really well. Oh, I think we've landed on the bottom of the flame diverter now. Okay, cool. Is this always supposed to be this far in? I don't know. Let me have a look at pictures of it on the launch pad. Soyuz launch pad images. Oh, you know what? It kind of does, actually. It does sink in a little way. Not quite that much. Oh, it's saying that. Sinks into like the bottom of the orange. But okay, you know what? It does actually sink in that much. Almost. That actually looks correct. Interesting. Okay, I mean, I don't think we're going to launch it like that. But that is interesting. Hell yeah, look at that. Okay, that's a cool shot. Let me just get that shot for the thumbnail when I change it. When I inevitably change it from what it currently is, just a boring shot of Baikonur from space, which a spy satellite took, I think. Let me leave room for the penguin. Just do a few different like pans just for the old thumbnail. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Decent shot. You can see the train, which is pretty cool. Okay, beautiful. Right, let's just check that actually, we might not need to spawn a new one. Let's just... Oh, I don't want to do that. See if we can just spawn one. This might break the game. The game may well crash, but... Where's my UR500? Oh, there it is. Right, let's see if this fits onto the Proton pad. It's even loading horizontally. We found Howard Morrison. He's still alive. I don't know what that... Oh, okay. Oh, just because it spawned a new... Oh! Oh, no! Oh, that's on... okay. I did say that it might break the game. Okay, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Launch it. Oh yeah, maybe I should have launched it. I was just trying to spawn another Proton to go fit onto the Proton pad without having to revert to the editor and launch back out again. But looks like no, the game's not going to let me do that. It did not like that at all. Not one little bit. Okay. UR500. I'm just going to remove the launch clamps because I'm not going to be able to launch it with that anyway, and then just simulate. Advanced Soviet Kraken-based propulsion. This is why the pointy end goes up. Oh, you want that to be the thumbnail? Okay. Orbital from rapid disassembly. Nice. Yeah, it's actually a top secret Soviet technology. We're well ahead of the Americans, you see. I wonder if we did actually break the universe because it doesn't seem to be launching. The game might have crashed. We'll see. I'll give it a minute. Sometimes it just takes a minute. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. As long as we don't load into an endless black void. No, we're good. Cool. Let's take the Proton over. Is this the right size? You know what? Yeah, I think it is. Let's place it and see what happens. This might take a while to get to the ground. I think that is the right scale though. Let me find some pictures of Proton. On its launch pad. There's one. Just looking at the scale of the Proton compared to the trenches. Yeah, I think that's actually exactly right, as is. Yeah, because we had to double the size of the Soyuz one, and that actually ended up being the perfect size. I think this one is fine as is. I'm going to land it and then just launch it, since you guys do seem to want to... Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough that you want a rocket launch in a rocket game. Oh, I don't know why there's a Soviet flag on this side. There should be the Kaputnik Design Bureau logo on both sides. But regardless, it's nice to have the proper launch sites for these iconic rockets, because these launch sites are almost as iconic as the rockets themselves, particularly to Soviet like rocket buffs. Can I time warp? Oh yeah, that helps. I didn't realize I could time warp. That would have made things a little bit less painful with the Soyuz. Right, this might flip over, or it might set down quite nicely. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that actually looks exactly right. It's the correct scale. Let's test this flame trench. Okay, well the flame trench doesn't work very well. But we tried. Check it out! Launching from the proper launch site. Wowzer. Right, kamikaze time! Where are we going? I want to go smash into the VAB. Which I think is that way. Yeah. Right, let's see if we can... earn the UI500's original purpose as an ICBM and drop a 20-ton nuke onto our new horizontal integration center. Never mind. Oh, that was never going to work. Still though. Oh, let's see if we hit it. Oh, come on. Oh, no, not quite. Oh, I think I had unbreakable joints on, so most of it landed over there. Okay, that was fun. Revert to the editor. Okay. Cleared the tower. Wait, there's no tower. Never mind. Yeah, most Soviet rockets don't have big umbilical towers. I think because, well, they're built and transported horizontally along trains and everything, and then they're lifted up. The Proton needs a train as well, because the Proton was similarly transported by train. That's the reason why it was limited to the diameter that it was, and it has these strap-on tanks and stuff, is because of the diameter of the railways. Otherwise, they couldn't transport the parts. Little fun fact for you. Fun fact of the day. I'm sure a lot of you, particularly who are familiar with Soviet space program stuff, probably already knew that, but ICBM, Intercosmodrome ballistic missile. I mean, if it was Intercosmodrome, then it would go fly and nuke Plesetsk, really, wouldn't it? But yeah. Yeah, I thought we'd be able to do the entire Space Center in this stream, but this has actually taken quite a while, not helped by Kerbal Konstructs being kind of janky, but I'm really happy with what we've managed to do so far. We're going to do a similar thing to what we did with the Soyuz launch site, with the Proton launch site, though. Again, it needs a train to transport it up there, so we're going to have the same like train tracks and a train and everything. And I think, I mean, we'll have a larger horizontal integration thing, because that's really what the Soviet VABs should look like, is these big horizontal buildings. That's how they assembled them. But yeah. Okay, let's head over here, shall we? Oh, I've lost myself in the clouds. There we are. Okay, there we go. We're going to plonk this over here so we don't blow it up. And perfect. Okay, so this actually needs to come up a little bit because it keeps clipping with the ground. We want to make sure it's... There we go. Okay, so I think we need a car park to give us a ramp up to that. A nice gentle ramp. Spawn a new car park. The road with moving cars is fun, but it's really janky. Like, really janky. I didn't say 94. No, I said 9.4. Oh no, I think I said I wanted 0.94, didn't I? Does that work? Aha! Yes. Okay, cool. You're by 30. That's not right. Oh, it was 45, wasn't it? There we go. Yeah, I did a little bit of experimentation earlier and found that this was the right scale for this pad. I figured out which pads I wanted to use, because there are a lot of launch pads. So it just saves me the time of going through and testing different launch pads and going, I wonder if that works for a Soyuz or blah, blah, blah. I want to leave the actual building to today. I'm not going to lie. Actually, this flame trench is a bit excessive and this is a bit high up. I am going to actually move the launch pad down, but then I'll just put another like plate down there so it won't have the grass texture. Because otherwise, yeah, it's going to be really, really high. I think that's enough. Yeah, that's high enough. Okay. There you go, 10.3, that works. And then it's not left to right, we want this one. we are. And that's looking rather nice, I think. Okay, I'm going to save that. Then we're going to duplicate this. And we're going to make a smaller one. Point like 6. That should be big enough, actually. Yeah, it's big enough. There we go. We can just do that. Perfect. And we have ourselves still a flame trench, still the iconic shape and everything, but not quite as ridiculously high up. Okay. Yeah, and none had to nag me to get me to add KSC++, but yeah, he was right. It adds this giant concrete bit, and it is really, really useful. I'm not gonna lie. The location of this is actually kind of irritating me. We could move it more like here and actually have the same horizontal pad area be leading to the Proton. Wouldn't really make sense though. No. But it is a bit too in line with that one. I want to move it a bit further that way. So you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move it a bit further over here to like there. There we go, that's a bit better. And there's more like a circle then as a pattern. Yeah, okay. I know I literally just aligned all this stuff, but all I have to do is drag it over. Okay. I feel that's a bit better. It was a bit too far out of the way otherwise. Maybe a little close to the train line, but nah, it'll be fine, right? Be fine. I'm wondering where I actually want this. More like there? Yeah, that's good. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. The terrain is slightly higher here though. There we go. Okay. Right, I'm happy with that. Right, let's check the height of this. It's a little on the high side, but it's also a little too far over, I think. Oh, I mean that works. Sorted. Okay, perfect. Perfecto. Right, now we need to decide. What do we actually want on these launch integration facilities? The N1 is just a rumor. It's not like a rocket we just randomly kamikaze to the ground, right? What are we making? We're making a launch site. That's what we're making. Cosmodrome ballistic missile. I see we corrected the name. What are we thinking we add to this? There's not actually a huge amount. Looking at the aerial pictures, like of the, there's like a lightning tower, and then that's about it. There's 2 big lightning things and some big spotlights. So I think we'll add those, and then that's it really. That's all it needs. Okay, 2 big lightning thingamabobs. Which I believe we have. Do. Lightning tower. That's the TSC one. Yeah, I think this is the one we want. Looks more Soviet, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. You're by 45. I think this should probably be about twice the size. Yeah, to match the rocket. BEA, beautiful. Yeah. Okay, then we have two of those. Have another one, the other side. Again, twice the size. This is the layout that they actually have at Baikonur. So, I think it's fair enough to go for the same layout on ours. Okay, there's our lightning towers, and then I want some big old spotlights, which we actually have. I'm wondering how many sets of spotlights. It looks like they have 2 sets of spotlights. I was looking at reference photos, but the thing is, it changes. This is obviously such an old launch vehicle. I think I'm just going to go with 1 set of spotlights. 1 big set. I believe they're actually added by Cosmodrome. Here we go. So floodlight, Proton. Yeah, they added exactly the right type of floodlights. I accidentally opened Steam. Whoopsie. Okay, here we go. What angle are these floodlights at? I'll add some nice like asymmetry to this, I think. It doesn't really make sense to have it in the path of the thing, does it? No, it's on like a corner. Okay, yeah. So I think this corner here, that makes sense because then it's lit up from the perspective of this side. Yeah, I'll have it near this hut, and these spotlights actually work as well, which is fun. Okay, and then we want this to be at, what's that, 105 degrees. So that's 90. Yeah, let's do 135. No, wait, no. Then minus 45. Wait, no, I'm going mad. That's a 45 degree angle, but we want it pointing at that. So yeah, 105 degrees. So it's pointing at the rocket. Okay. That's a big old spotlight. Rotate it a bit more. I didn't mean to increase the size. Yeah, 110. That's good. That's good. Okay. Let's go have a close-in look with Yuri Kamen. Sounds like a TV show, doesn't it? The close-in look with Yuri Kamen. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. We've got our lightning towers. We've got our big old spotlight. And we just want to put something or other here. I mean, we're going to have the rail tracks, I suppose. But I just need something. Just need a little something, doesn't it? Just to liven it up a bit. I know. We'll use some of the KSC++ stuff because they don't have like plates, which means you can just put them down anywhere. Dust wall, large hab, small hab? No. Tower? No. A hut? That's a little too small, I think. Large building. It's too close to the launch site. Road, tanks, park, trucks wide. Low poly trees, palms. Dust shed. That sounds like it would blow over in a strong breeze. No. Maybe the large hab. Maybe the small hab. Whatever the hut was. Whatever. We'll add the hut. Just so we can have something on this plate. Okie dokie. We'll have that at a bit of an angle. Yeah, just a little hut. It just needed something, doesn't it? Okay, and then let's put the S1 crawlaways on this thing again. Yeah, again. 45. Oop, no, that's not the right one. There we go. Okay. And we have ourselves... Oh, that might be a bit long. Yep, it is. Okay. Not the 208 one then. The 84 meter one. Huzzah! What's the chat saying? Let the base show it. It looks nice. I don't know what that means. What is happening here? What is going on here? Breakfast. Sorry. We're expanding Baikonur. We are adding things to it with Kerbal Konstructs, which is a hell of a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know if it's exciting watching or not, watching me expand a space center, but I'm having fun, so, you know, there's that. That's as far as the track wants to go. That's fine. Let's get ourselves another car park. And we can have a ramp. Only needs to be about half the size, I'd say. For this one, since we don't have a huge one like with the Soyuz complex over there. Okay. You're 45. No, wrong way. There we go. And then last time we had, what was the angle? It was like, it was 1, 2, 3, I want to say. I don't want it to be... Okay, let's have a look. What was the angle on that one? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. This one. Here we go. 354. That was the angle on it. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have the same angle on this one. Okay, that's pretty good. And voila! We have ourselves a slope. Not a particularly long slope, but I think that's good enough. Yeah, that's fine. That'll do. It might need to be a bit bigger actually to fit the entire track on. Yeah, okay, let's make it 0.6. That's better. That's much better. Okay, we have our slope. I really like these launch sites. These are almost like custom launch pads as well, because like we're not using the big prefab hex ones like N9 use. No shade to N9. It's just because I wanted these to look like the real life ones for these different launch vehicles, and this is the only way to do it. Because as I said, these fit into the big Cosmodrome piece, which looks terrible. But the individual launch pads are pretty cool. But yeah, I love making these little launch complexes. Man, this is cool. I'm just sort of nerding out over it. Okay. Yeah, 54 meter one would do. Minus 45. Yay, a slope, people are saying. I know, I think it just completes the look of the whole thing, you know? It's like it's a big raised... yeah, I'm glad that N9 suggested that we... Well, not suggested, demanded that we get KSC++, because without these giant concrete car park pieces, this would just not be possible. In any way, shape, or form. There we go. That's good enough. .8, 3.9. There we go. That lines up. Right, we have a sloop with an umlaut, and we have a crawlaway. Right, let's get ourselves 84. Would that be long enough? Yeah, that'd be long enough. And then we can go down the sloop. That's not long enough. It doesn't matter actually how long this one is, because we can just have it run into the ground. So we'll just get a longer one, so we don't have to use multiple pieces. The fewer pieces we can use, the better. Not only for my sanity, but also for lag as well. Okay, and then the pitch of this needs to be 6. That doesn't quite work with the sloop, actually, does it? um, Pokes out the sides of it. Might need to make the sloop a bit wider. Yeah. Okay, let's sort the tracks out first. Actually, I think those tracks look fine. Okay, let's make the sloop a little bit wider. Yeah. Try 0.8. Oh, that's a bit too wide, actually. 7? 6 was, yeah, too small. 7. Actually, yeah, 7's not wide enough. It has to be 0.8. Okay, that's fine. We can just drag it into the ground. .91, .92, 3, 4. Okay, that's good enough for a sloop. The sloop, as we like to call it. Okay, that's good. We have ourselves a Proton launch site. Yay! Yeah, I'm happy with the location as well. What we could do actually is just use the same construction zone as this one. Well, use the same area and have the train come out, because it needs a larger, probably needs a larger integration center. But let's have a look at some of the other options. We don't have just the same building everywhere. So let's have a little look at, because there are a few interesting looking things, weren't there, under OSS at least. SMAB. What's a SMAB? That's interesting. Again, I mean, they rolled out the Proton horizontally, don't they? But the SMAB seems to be like in the middle of two things. I don't know what it stands for. Maybe someone can Google it. But yeah, it doesn't quite. Maybe it doesn't quite make sense to have. Yeah, because you've got train lines going in and train lines coming out. What does the SMARF look like though? Ah, no, that's more like it. It's more of a long building. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We're going to use this. Oh, actually, I have an idea. Okay, so we can use the SMARF as like the starting point. And it can be over here. Oh, it's quite a big hex actually. Let's connect it to this hex, then we can move the building. There we go. So we've got the big old schmarf here. And then, where's the building? Large building 2, here we go. And we just move this on over a little bit. Okay, then we can run a crawl away over there. But then what we can do is we can have the SMAB. Was it SMAB? There we go. We have the SMAB in the middle because it has a thing going in the back and then out the front. I don't know. It could be like a thing a bit closer to the actual launch pad. I don't know what this would possibly ever be used for. But whatever. I don't know. It looks cool. We're going to use it. Okay, they're buildings from the Kennedy Space Center. SAP's solid motor assembly building. Oh, so that'd be where they strap on like solid rocket boosters. Right. Okay, I'm not so sure it makes sense having having a SMAB then. Unless we ever plan to strap boosters onto a Proton. Then again, maybe at some point we will. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it. No one can stop me. I do what I want. This is my series. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We are gonna have a SMAB. I think it makes it just makes it all a little bit more interesting. Okay. Now we just need to run some crawlaways over. We want the 416 meter one, I think. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, we got irritating people in the chat. I'll see if I can ban them. And I was saying that you couldn't ban them. Report. Commercial content or spam. There we go. Boom. They're gone. That should be gone now. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay. Maybe that'll. Yeah. I can hide them as well. I think if they keep coming back, I'll let me know. Those bots are really irritating though. They used to. Yeah, it didn't used to be a problem. Now there are loads of them. See them all over the place. Oh wow, the tracks actually fit together almost first try. That's a first. There we go. Nice. Okay, I'm getting better at assembling the tracks, I think. I think it's just with like the curved ones that I had an issue with, but when they're in big long straight lines, it does tend to make it a bit easier. Let's have another long one and then we'll Then we'll finish the Proton complex. And then I think we'll probably call it a night. I'll answer some questions in the chat for a little bit. And then, yeah, we'll call it there, I think. But yeah, I'll finish this first. Yeah, this is low enough into the ground. Okay, cool. Do. 2, 3. That's close enough. Yeah, we're never going to look too closely at these. Okay, that's good. We'll save that. And then let's then move. Well, we'll have a rotate round, and then we'll have it go through this building, whatever it is. So we need a corner. Oh, these things are at 30 degrees, aren't they? And I put this whole thing at 45 degrees. That might cause some problems. I hadn't thought about that. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, that might cause some serious issues, actually. It's fine. We'll work it out, but... yeah, this might be irritating. Okay. Voila! We have a corner. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Yeah, okay. Actually, no, yeah, we can have 45 degrees. We just have to, like, put two corners kind of on top of each other. Oh, we're... I can't believe I just said that. Yeah, so it's going to be facing exactly that way. So if we turn this around 180 degrees, turn it around by 150. There we go. Yeah, that works. So we just have to clip this one into that one at whatever point in the corner lines up, which is about there. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Oh wow, that lined up surprisingly well. Okay. That's fine, I think. Oh, it needs to go down a little bit, but that's okay. Ooh. Not quite in the right place. There we go. I mean, that's pretty much perfect, isn't it? Voila! Okay, we managed to get 45 degrees. Just about. Yeah, that's good enough. Good enough for me. Okay. We managed to get a 45 degree turn. I was a bit worried there. But no, it's fine. We got it. We got it. Anything you want, you got it. Okay. Whenever a rocket explodes on TV, it usually cuts to the Soviet flag in the background of words. It did its mission in front of it. Again, just the fact that the Soviets built the Proton launch pad about 60 kilometers away from Soyuz, actually the pain of building the railways may not be worth it. Yeah, I'm not building this 60 kilometers away. I know they built it a long way away because of all the toxic fumes and everything. Like, I'm spacing things out to a more realistic degree than it was before, but not to an actual realistic degree. I think it's nice to have these pads, nice and spaced out, but yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not doing it that far. Yeah, interesting though. I didn't know that they were quite that far away, but I suppose it makes sense. Just a whole lot of editing decimal values to get these things to line up properly. There we are. Yeah, that works. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll put this thing here. It's as good a place as any, I think, to have our SMAB. Don't know why I find that name funny. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is going to be our justification for, like, if we ever add liquid fuel boosters onto the Proton, this can be our explanation for that. This is what, like, mounts liquid fuel boosters on if we ever have, like, a Proton heavy or something ridiculous. I don't know why we would ever do that, but we have the option. We can't have it that low. That's fine. There we go. We'll have it like that. The tracks still line up, just about. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Okay. We have a SMAB, everybody. Whatever that does. I don't know. Well, I do know now. It mounts solid rocket boosters, but we're going to say it mounts liquid fuel boosters. Because. Okay. Let's just add... That's, yeah, that'd be a bit too long. I think the thing to do here is to put the corners in first onto this building here. We can always move this building a little bit if we need to, but don't know how long it's going to take to turn this corner. I think it might take a few meters to turn, actually. So yeah, let's start the turn now, because this might take a little... Yeah, I like that these line up as well. I mean, obviously it's meant to be stock-alike, so of course it does, but it's still just a nice little thing that it does all line up properly. Because it means that, yeah, we can have our headcanon that the trains transport things, even more. these to line up properly is a bloody nightmare, I tell you that. Angry. It keeps changing all the other values as well at the same time. Urgh. Let's try that. And then, oh, that's actually lined up now. But it's way too high. Okay. Ah, there we go. That's close enough, I suppose. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. I can't be bothered anymore with that. Okay, let's duplicate that and then turn it by 30 degrees. Oh, wrong way, I think. There we go, that's better. Let's connect these two. Wow, that was simple. It's usually not that easy to connect these damn things. Ah. I'll take that. Wow, that was fast. Wish I had that. I was able to do it that fast when we were doing it back over at the main complex. Alright, so this will be 3:30. Beautiful. Point 0, then 2.0. Zero. No, that doesn't work. 6, 4. Ooh, that's close. These the same height? Yeah, pretty much. This one isn't going together quite as easily, unfortunately. It's always like slightly out, just like really slightly. Oh, there we go. Booyah. 'Cause it always, as I said, it always moves in ways that you don't expect it to whenever you move them. Oh, and that's lined up almost perfectly. Ah, it's almost like I planned it. I didn't plan it very well, to be honest. I just started building and tried to see what would happen. But this is going as well as if I had planned it. Oh, wow, and these even fit together perfectly. Boom, shakalaka, everybody. That actually works. That's great. That's really, really great. Wowza. Oh, no way. Look how well that lines up. That is a fluke. That is pure fluke. Wowee. I can't believe that. What? How is it that perfect? I just completely guessed at the position of that launch pad. I mean, I'm happy, obviously. But I'm also very surprised. I did not expect it to go quite this well. 6. And voila! This whole track is a little bit high up though, possibly. Yeah, the ground is a bit higher over here. That's alright though, I might just leave it like that, to be honest. Because I don't really want to mess with this anymore. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. I can't be bothered to lower this down more. That looks fine. I'm going to leave that. And let's put some trains on this. Let's put a train on it. Okay. Which way around do we have it that side? We had it... The right-hand track had a train nearer the launch pad. Left-hand train back the other end. Okay. Let's put some trains on and then we'll call it a night. Train! Choo-choo train! Yes. Oh my god, I'm like a child. Did anyone here ever play with like Brio when they were younger? Anyone remember Brio, like the wooden train sets? That was so good. Love Brio. It wouldn't make sense to have the train this close to the rocket as it was launching, but I don't care. I think it looks cool. People can get used to having the VAB as close as it was to the launch pad. I think they can get used to a train being a little close. Yeah, that's good enough for the train, I think. Not exactly in the middle, but it doesn't really have to be, I suppose. Oh, where did I just move that? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Where did I move it? I accidentally just moved the train all the way over here. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I just hit the wrong decimal place, I think. Whoopsie daisy. Let's put that back. Put the train back on its track. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, I put the decimal point in the wrong place. Oh, that was a silly mistake. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a train! We have a train, everyone. Oh yeah, but other people played with Brio as well. I think I love those fantastic little wooden trains. Yeah, they're so good, right? Okay, let's add one more train. One more train. One train more. Let's put it here. Let's put it at this end. That one was on the right-hand track. Yes, this one has to be on the left-hand track. Having our two trains. Because the tracks aren't quite level the other side. Oh, that lines up pretty much perfectly. Gorgeous. Okay, there we go. We have Proton and we have Soyuz. I am chuffed with both of those. I'm really, really happy. I mean, you got to take the time to do these Kerbal Konstructs things. As you can see, they take a while. But man, I think those look great. I think those look really, really great. We got the launch sites. We got the excavations for the exhaust, whatever it's called, exhaust trench, something like that. We've got trains. We even have a moving train, which is pretty damn cool. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I might have a station here and have this go further and then have the tunnel somewhere else. Maybe, but I'll do that another time. But yeah, I may well add another train on. Where is the train right now? There's the train. Look at it go. I can't get over the fact there's a moving train. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna add a station here, I think, which will explain why this place is getting supplied. And have that attach onto a crawlway into here, so we've got two like stopping off points. Yeah, and it also means we can have one on the other side and then have the R12 launchers over here. And then we'll leave all this space here for the N1. Hell yeah. I am well happy with that. And I think I'll probably add a second runway across here, add some hangars, add a flight control tower since we're not upgrading the spaceplane hangar. There's no real reason to. Add a bunch of hangars, probably where and that'll be the new place where the aircraft spawn. A windsock, maybe. But yeah, I think that's most of the difficult stuff, to be honest. And that's also the cool stuff. I knew the Proton launchpad and the Soyuz launchpad were going to be the time-consuming ones to get them to work properly and be the right scale and look decent. But I am really happy with how that has all come together. I think this all looks great. Might put some fuel tanks over here, you know, spruce it up a little bit. A little bit of sprucing needed, but I think this all looks great. What do you think, guys? This is very cool. People agree it's cool. Can you use this for like moon bases eventually? I imagine we will. I mean, we'll be building all the modules and stuff will have to be sent up, but I think like landing pads particularly, and also big flat bases, so using these things probably it's the same color as lunar regolith anyway, but like big concrete bases to, you know, flat areas to put bases on, perhaps. Yeah, I would imagine us using elements of it, and I think also like launching maybe a certain number of supplies into orbit or to the moon, and then we you know, to mine. We don't want to have a million parts mining water because that would make it really laggy. But if we do have like a Jamestown-esque water mining situation, you know, or like the big drilling rigs that the Soviets had in the lithium mining site, you know, instead of a billion drills actually mining, we might just, you know, have a couple of statics represent those things, just to keep the lag down. Because obviously these things are physics-less, really. Yeah. Okay, there's one last thing I want to try. I want to get on the train. And drop! Great train heist! Oh, come on. Okay, let's try it. Try again. What happens if we go in front of the train? Does the train run us over? I guess we'll find out. Yuri, you're the guinea pig. Choo-choo train! It does actually knock us out of the way. Oh my god, okay, wait. Can we get onto the flatbed truck there? The Great Train Heist of KSP. Great Train Robbery, I should say. Ah, oh, too late. Too late. I bet we can get on that. I'm gonna do it. Just you wait. Just you wait. Okay, I bet if we drop near the front, then we'll get onto that flat one. This is important research, okay? Trust me. And drop. Oh, yes! We landed on the train! Oh, get back on the train. Oh, no. It's a bit jittery when you're a bit close to it. I can't get over the fact that there's a train that moves. That's real cool, right? That's so cool. We've got a little goods yard. We're on the unload everything. Oh, man. this is cool. Let's get Yuri out and see what happens if he gets run over by a train. Oh, you can admire the new spacesuits as well, by the way. This is something I've also been working on. Getting the straight CCP, since the texture is curved, was a pain in the ass. I had to like curve different parts of the CCP writing. Alright, here we go. Yuri's on the train tracks. Go on, Yuri. It's like that scene in Hancock where he stops the train. Yeah! Oh. Oh man, this is cool. It comes to a jittery stop. Black hole, sun, yeah. Won't you come? The train does have physics, indeed. Yeah, people talking about Mars 94. I probably will emulate that mission, but I think we'll end up doing a joint Mars mission. I don't think we'll be doing we'll be racing individually. I think the Soviets, the Americans, and the European Space Agency will do a big joint mission together. Hope you guys like the new spacesuits though. Just updated the texture really, so a bit more high def. So sort of beige in the sun, and then yeah, a bit redder when you're in the shade. I'm pretty happy with them. I spent a while on these, perfecting them, but I wanted it to look as close as possible to the Cretchit suits in For All Mankind. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Righty-roo! Well, I'm going to end the stream there. I will tidy up the Space Center a bit. Add some grass textures and, further expand it tomorrow. I'll probably spend all of tomorrow on it, to be honest, because I want it to look great. But yeah, I think tomorrow evening I might do another stream. It depends if I finish this or not. If I finish this tomorrow, then at least Baikonur, maybe Plesetsk as well. The Plesetsk won't be as much work. Then yeah, I think I may well do a stream where I do the lunar mission, the lunar orbit mission live. So tune in for that. That's going to be cool. To be fair, I could do that regardless of whether I finish this, because it is all in orbit. So yeah, I'm thinking I might do that lunar mission live. I think that would be really, really interesting. And make it a bit more tense. But yeah, since you guys have just been without For All Kerbalkind for so long, I thought it would be nice to... nice to sort of see a bit of For All Kerbalkind, even though you're going to have to wait another week or a week and a half for the next episode. But you can still get a bit of excitement, still watch a mission. Whereas today we've just been we've just been expanding the Space Center and such. But yeah, you can actually watch an actual mission happen, which I think will be really cool. Okay, so yeah, I will probably see most of you tomorrow night. But yeah, I'm well chuffed with... I can't get over how cool this looks. I'm well chuffed with how this has turned out. I think it's really going to add to the, production value of the series. You've got the launch vehicles launching from the correct launch pads, and the Baikonur actually looks like a big, proper, expanded space center now. So it'll probably be double the size next time you see it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I've been the Beardy Penguin. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.